Hi, I'm Maria Bernier, State Data Coordinator. This is a short video of pro tips related to using the Program and Activity Counting Spreadsheet, version 3, that was launched in July 2021. So as I mentioned in the earlier introductory how-to video, these sheets are protected, and that's to protect the data and the formulas and the calculations so that they all work correctly. But if you're an advanced user of Excel, you may want to add some additional functionality to this tool. Now, in order to do that, you will need to unprotect many of the sheets. You can also unhide some sheets and unhide columns. So to unprotect, you'll just right-click on the tab name, Track and Spreadsheet, select Unprotect Sheet, and it's as easy as that. There's no password. Now, you do need to be very careful now that the sheet is unprotected that you do not change any of these column titles because that will substantially affect the calculations and the formulas. So please don't mess with these. Likewise, there are some hidden columns. If we select those columns there and unhide, you'll be able to see these particular columns in red. Red, so danger, don't mess with them. These columns here help to populate a lot of the formulas and calculations. So be very careful that you do not delete these particular formulas within these red columns, or that will affect your other totals and your other sheets. So because this sheet is now unprotected, if you delete a row or delete data, it will delete these formulas. Please avoid that. Now, if you'd like to go ahead and add some columns, you can do that in the regular way. Go ahead and just insert. Perhaps you'd like to add some initials for the person who is entering these particular programs in the spreadsheet so you know who did it. You can certainly do that. Perhaps you would also like to add some columns for the location where this thing happened. You can add a location column. You can also potentially add, maybe some of your programs have costs, and maybe some of your programs have funders. So you can add those columns in here and just go ahead and type away. Then once you've got that data, you can make your own sheet down here to be tracking the locations, costs. If you'd like to total those up, you can certainly add all of those formulas for yourself once you've got a place to put the data. Now, you can also start sorting chronologically and alphabetically. You can do that when the sheet is unprotected, not when it is protected. It's a funny little quirk of the protection. So now you can sort alphabetically or chronologically. You could sort A to Z here, but the filters will also still continue to work. So those options are available to you. Also, in your customizable totals here, instead of having to right-click and click refresh every time you enter new data, you do have the option to create a macro and attach it to a button that you add to the sheet. And that's a nice visual way to go ahead and just make a nice little refresh button that automatically runs a macro that you've created to do this task. I did not want to put a macro into the spreadsheet because that makes it very difficult for a lot of people to download because your email system or your server often thinks that it's carrying a virus. So if you want to add that macro, you do have to do it on your end. I can't do that for you. And then, of course, you can format things however you want. So if you want to go ahead and unprotect things or protect them, you can go ahead and put in different colors and fills. If you'd like to do that, it's all available to you. If you'd like to go ahead and hide columns, you can certainly do that once you're done with certain years. You can also unprotect the definitions and add your own instructions for staff here on the definitions page. All up to you. But that's the power of unprotecting. And you do need to always remember that once you have unprotected, there's the chance of accidentally deleting data. So what you might want to do is go in and add the specific columns or the specific additional features that you'd like, and then go ahead and re-protect the sheet, whether with a password or not, so that it is stable for your users as you're going forward. So those are some options for you. I hope you enjoy using this spreadsheet, and please be in touch if you do have any questions. Thanks.